And listen, and listen, Mr. Sinclair. This, those persons I'm called just persons who I'm saying that deal with Ainsley on a person, but from Mr. Alexis, Mr. Bruce,
Mr.
that
Stewart,
entire that entire
retired.
the entire
Yes.
executive,
Yes.
they
yes,
have their
yes.
personal interests with persons who they would work intimately with and ensure that things happen for them. So
No,
I mean,
can
it's
attest. I can attest to that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been dealing, even though, I had my stint in prison, but I've been dealing with the prison ever since. And you know, all the gentlemen you called, and I've watched Mr. Bruce start from scratch
Yes.
to where he is today.
Yeah.
I always admire that. I've never
Yes.
stopped talking about
Yes,
that because
yeah.
him and I started the same desk, the same workshop when we started our journey, and here
Yeah.
he is today. So
Yes, yeah.
I want to congratulate you all. This is, as you say, this is a calling. This is not something that you can just do because these young men on a daily basis. You can wake up and meet a different person you left yesterday.
Correct.
And you have to be a parent apart from a correctional officer.
Correct.
You have to be a parent, you have to be a guidance officer. You have Miss Bedo here, she has been keeping in touch with us from the moment we decided we were going to do this. And Miss Bedo more excited than all of us. Okay. She's here, we'll hear from her in a while. But this program this morning brought to you by Michelle Oliveri, Caring Professionals. And we thank you for making this happen this morning. And of course, you will see also from Sir Harvey Boris, Caribbean Tourist Villas. We constantly call in Harvey here because Harvey is one of the people. Harvey would make a nice correctional officer too because he has that sort of love in his heart for people. And so I want to thank them very much for making this program possible this morning. So you'll hear from Ainsley Grazette, who is with the microphone here now. Then you'll hear from Daniel Walcott, Josiah Joseph, these are his support. And you'll hear from Mr. Dexter Cyrus. And of course, we have in studio Mr. Akpi and Ms. Bedo. So, Ainsley, it's your turn, man.
Blessed morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I am Ainsley Grazette. This morning is a grateful morning. Thankful for life, most important. I must say, I have an important message to Trinidad and Tobago, parents and the youths of this nation. I want to start with to acknowledge the Commissioner of Prison, Mr. Carlos Caspi, Deputy Mr. Canterbury, Senior Soup, as well as the President of Prison Football Club, Mr. Jude Gordon, and as well as Mr. Akwi, who at my side from since day one, and also acknowledge Mr. Walcott, Superintendent of the Youth Transformation and Rehabilitation Center, as well as Mr. Dr. Lewis, who I recently left, been supporting me. And also, I want to acknowledge my judge as well for granting me the opportunity to be here today.
Well, the judge was part of this decision.
Yeah.
The judge had to be consulted.
Yeah.
Permission from the courts.
Okay.
To be here.
Okay.
And Children's Authority understand as well.
Yes.
So thank you, folks, for seeing the importance of having Mr. Grazette here with us this morning.
Yeah.
Right. So, and also Mr. Barrow and the other.
Yes, and I also want to acknowledge Mr. Joel Barrow as the secretary of the Prison Football Club for coming here and giving me the support as well, as Mr. Sampson as the manager, and the rest of coaches as my head coach, Mr. Dexter Cyrus. I can't wait for him to come and talk and to hear a lot of good stuff and changes within the program of the Football Association,
You know what I like? You know what I like, though? And before we cross back to that, this is a total different dispensation of prison officers. And I use the term correctional officers. So when I was there, you couldn't talk radio and interview. And you're crazy. Them fellas, they didn't understand that language. So you all switch, you all flip the script, you change the narrative. And once again, I would like to say thank you all very much, even though society, and you all don't have 100% support from society, because society still wants you all to have ball and chain and sledgehammer for these people to be bursting concrete. That is what society, some members of society would like. But if you, and as you all always say, 90% of people in prison will be returning to their communities.
Correct.
How do you want them to return to the community? Or we might as well build a revolving door at the prison, because they will go back if the officers there don't take the time to change them. So we thank you all. May God bless you all. Like I said, as the unsung heroes of the protective
and
service.
Mr. Sinclair, I would just like to
Short man.
I give credit to I, I'd just like to give credit to as well the NGOs that come into our system
Right.
and really give that assistance, especially at YTRC. Ainsley I wouldn't go before Ainsley, but he will share some of the persons and the institutions that come in there and share, give up themselves to help transform these young lives, and the impact that it would have. Those persons would take their weekends off and come in and work with these young men and young women
Real.
and pour into them. So Ainsley would big up. I would just want to big up Mr. Nicholas Khan, especially with the Dreamstar Initiative.
Nick Khan, yes.
Correct.
Mr. Nicholas Khan, he was part of the system, and there's a mindset that once you leave, not better come back. But like following the steps of Mr. Chant, I would say that I tell him he's doing his own thing, but he's coming back and investing into these youths. And that's really, really huge. So I had to. That's just one. We have Brother Barker, New Hope Prison Ministry.
Brother Baka still
How you
around?
mean? Going strong.
Serious.
Going strong, and his ministry, the way that he pays attention to the youths, or the youths gravitate towards him, even at that age he could relate to them.
You must make it laugh.
Yeah.
Have to laugh.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
yes.
and like I said, I wouldn't go. He could share some of the other
Well,
organizations
Natasha,
that come in.
Let's go from here. Let's talk to Ainsley, Natasha. So let's go with
Yeah,
the first
I
question.
just before we get into it, I just wanted to share as well that Mr. Akwi mentioned Romel Lazama, who has excelled in the field of arts and entertainment, right? And now we have Ainsley Grazette, who is excel in the field of sport, which is kind of my thing as well. So it's interesting. We want to explore some of the ways that sport impacts on young lives, especially on the lives of incarcerated young men like yourself. You want to share the voice clip before we start talking to him?
Yeah, let's do that. So this is an intro we got from Ainsley, and then we will get more from him. Like growing up in Caranage and all of that. So that clip will be.
Clip A, yes. This is just a voice note that Ainsley sent that kind of encapsulates his sentiments around his appearance on the show today, and some of the journey that he went on. So after we play this clip, he will elaborate on some of the things.
And
that he
parents,
spoke
you have
about.
your son at home this morning. Wake them up. Wake them up. I know some of them still sleeping.
Okay, very
Wake
important.
them up. Very
Very
important to hear
important.
Ainsley
So-
this morning.
So when
And daughters.
when we come back, he will talk about his growing up, when he growing up in Caranage, his passion for football, the life that he led before incarceration, and what the impact on his incarceration is on his future, and how he is maintaining hope despite the fact that he is incarcerated.
Good afternoon to the ladies and gentlemen of Trinidad and Tobago. I am Ainsley Grazette, resident of the Youth Transformation and Rehabilitation Center. I have a message for the parents and youths of the nation. I am 25 years old and I am from Caranage, the greatest place of Trinidad and Tobago where all the greatest players came from, like myself. Growing up in Caranage, I developed a love for football at the age of 8 years old. What started as a childhood passion eventually became a pathway for personal growth, rehabilitation, and hope. The greatest is this part of my journey. My journey has taught me that every decision we make has consequences. Trust and believe it. At a young age, I made choices that led to me being charged with a capital offense. Was one of the most difficult experience of my life and forced me to reflect on the direction my life was taking. Real talk. Through that experience, I learned the importance of accountability, responsibility, and making better decisions. Football has played a major role in my life. Transformation, most important. Through football, mentorship, education, and rehabilitation programs, I have learned the values of discipline, respect, perseverance, and teamwork on the field and off the field. Football gave me a positive outlet and helped me focus on building a better future for myself. So before I close, to the youths and the young ladies and the adults as well of Trinidad and Tobago, change is possible. You have to want it. Nobody else can pick it for you. The sky is the limit, and always put God first, no matter what, because He's always there. And don't forget, represent prison service all the way, because we have great things coming out from prison service. May God bless Trinidad and Tobago.
Right, so there you heard it from the man himself, who is in studio with us again. Good morning, Ainsley. What did you want to elaborate on based on what you just said? Talk about first about growing up in Carolina.
Bless morning again.
Now, for those who listen and the young men who listening to you, what age you entered prison?
I entered prison
Right here,
at 15 years.
15 years old,
Yeah,
and you've been there since.
I've been there since from
Alright.
that day.
So tell us about growing up in Canada.
First of all, I want to thank my mom, Ainsley Grazette, and my sister, Cherise, as well, because they've been there supporting me from since day one. You know, I don't have no dad to say, but I have Jesus. And
What happened to your dad?
he has died when I was a baby, you know, innocently, went out and lime, and, you know, target, you know. He died by bullets.
Someone shot him.
Yeah, someone shot him, you know, because I see him. He was a footballer as well, and he, you know, as a young man, you want to go out, and your friends and them saying, but they go out and enjoy yourself, you know, we win a game, etc. And going out and line, man, I pull up alongside them, and you're not picking up innocent bullet. But I never get to see face really to say that I sure this is my father, but
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so, but I see pictures and my mom tell me this is him and etc. And as I grew up, it never really, it affect me, not so much, but it affect me to the point that I end up in a situation that I see children with their fathers and mothers and things, and then it was hurting me that where's my father, right? My mom there, but you know you need a father figure in your life, no matter what. As a young man growing up in these neighborhoods, where, you know, we're producing violence. It's a good and bad, but it life deep. Honestly speaking, life deep. You know?
So you the eldest in the family?
No, I just tell us.
So So how was what's the size of your family?
No, well, four kids my mom had. One passed away, 2018, my brother, 1st August. You know,
I understand he died from gunshot as well?
Yeah, he died as gunshot as well. Friend called him out, and when he turned his back and he said he not coming, pick up 7 shots in his back.
Wow.
2018, while I was incarcerated. You know, a matter of fact, I didn't know, I didn't too long get locked up around that time. So, and that had a dread impact on me, and that was affecting me because I didn't too long talk to him this Sunday, and he died the Tuesday. He wanted to come and visit me. You know, we had a lot of cries and things over the welfare, phone and thing. And that's my brother, because he's a footballer as well. He represents the national football team as well. David Coltis, a very fast, strong, quick. I even know to explain. He was so incredible when he had the ball, because I used to always watch him and say, "How you are that skills, right?" And he foot tiny, 2.5, you know. You know? Yeah, so he come and die. And I mean, I think at that moment I was thinking beyond goodness. I was like, that already went on. You know, I was studying how this could go on. I mean, negative vibes was around me, like, how, boy? You know?
And not to mention your mom, because losing her husband and then losing your father by the way of the gun and then losing a son. You know, this lady have been through a lot mentally, you know.
And trying to raise a family in
and
a
trying to-
community
yeah.
that is impacted by gun violence. Not,
Yes,
you
it's
know.
it's
Yeah.
raw.
So, but my mom, she never gave up. In spite of her, she always believed in God, you know. And she always praying for me while I was incarcerated, you know.
So growing up, let's go because time runs out here like that. Eh?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah.
growing up in Carnage and you started hanging with the wrong crowd. What happened? What school you?
I went to Games Normal. AME school is a school that in Woodbrook.
Mm-hmm.
It's no big notice school, but it's a small school, but it was full of academics and more sportish, you know. And I was always on football, but my family as well is athletes
Mm.
from since small growing up in the Grazette family, you know. Tennis,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
football, running, you know.
Yeah.
I also want to acknowledge them. Ivo Grazette,
Yes.
you know, Winnington Grazette, Utis Grazette, Dina Grazette, you know, represent Trinidad, went to fly out, you know,
Yep.
represent the country and themselves, you know. And my mom always, she was a footballer as well too.
Your mom?
Yeah, Nicole.
Okay.
She was a footballer as well as my father, you know. So the connect was always there. So that sporting part was always in the right around the circle, you know. And as well, I also was just on football growing up because my mom, she always motivated me
Right.
to, you know, focus on football because she saying this is why I grew up. It's like kicking bottles and things, right? She buying school shoes for me this month, next month it bursts. Because I always will kick this ball, I will find something to kick, you know. And Carnage had the most of the footballers I see. You know, like Kevin Molino, Joven Jones, Alvin Jones, Kalim Highland, and so much more. You know, and Tyrone Charles as well, you know. Close one in my blood as well, you know, as my cousin, as he could put it so for could be so close, you know. And my mom never gave up on me. No matter what she been through, without her father figure being around. You know, I have a little brother as well, Joel, and I have two sisters at this moment.
And we have to, you know, all of this with your mom's mental health.
Yes.
Because, you know, she may be not, you know, seem normal, she may try to be normal, but obviously this will affect her mental health, you know. And you know, because we have a mental health professional listening to us, Ms. Michelle Oliveri, and she, you know, this is something that maybe in future we can introduce her to your mom and see how she can assist if your mom, because mentally your mom will be in a mess. I mean, she spoke with us and she's been crying, you know, she can't stop crying.
Yeah, because I was serious message and all as well towards that, because on this weekend I never see no woman great like my mom, because she many times she wanted to give up. And I as well used to tell she, man, don't worry, I go get through. I my own man.
You old man.
And from small, you know.
At 15.
And I didn't mind stay up because seeing she toiling every day, every year, every month. And I seen the kind of pain she going through. You know? Going out there trying to work, trying to make an honest dollar, try to help she kids, try to help the house, you know, support. And sometimes she supporting she house and supporting other houses. You know? And everybody in the community know my family strong believers in Christ, you know, and in sports as well. And it's like one unity. Any problems, there's no kind of discrimination, no, you know. And
now, Ainsley, you ended up in prison on a capital offense, right? But let's go back to the challenges your mom would have had with you, and why did your mom, of course, she never encouraged you in crime,
Never.
Right. But what tell us some of the incidents or some of the things that she would have drawn attention to you to try to pull you back, but you kept going one another way.
My mom always used to tell me, come off the streets. Come off by the corner. And I so believe in these friends that, nah, this is my friends. This is who I grew up with. This is who I know. This is what I want. I used to tell her that as the age of 15, and that was before I turned 15 as well, because I playing with these fellas and I seen these fellas having this and having that, and I seen I want this. And my mom used to always tell me, you don't need them to give you nothing. I will get it for you. You have a grandmother, you have a sister, you have your brother and them, your uncle, your aunt and uncles, as cousins as well, to support her. You don't need them. And I used to say, yeah. And by the time later, she going out, she come back, she see me on the corner.
So she jump in here, you say tell her, "Ma, you jump in me."
Yeah. I just say you only marking me, and it's the right thing she doing towards her mother, because she spent 9 months, and that 9 months not easy to make a child, and it's when she recently getting calls from police about me, and not to say that I did it, why I in the position it happened. But my friend, my foundation is the energy day. My name calling, and she coming and telling me, yeah, I get a call from this officer, etc. They getting a warning.
And that used to piss you off.
And that used to like, I good, I just study them just trying to fight on, and honestly speaking, I it's like mean seeing what she telling me. Honestly speaking, it's like me seeing it. I just live in my scene. I good. I could protect myself. I always my body. I always big in body shock there, From
Right.
saying small, but and my mind was like, I want money. I want make this. I want this. I want to live this life, And from growing up in the hood, I really see a boss and a leader is different. Honestly speaking, and I go reach to that point. I am here today. I was in the dark, and now I'm in the light. And afterwards that, they say the truth just come out, and this is the truth there. Being honest with you all, because God has put me in a position that when we get so frustrated, the only person we got called out is He. Honestly, because I show everybody in this nation, when they get frustrated, first person they go and say is, Father, help me. When they're by yourself.
But your mother was trying to help.
Yeah.
Because they have a parent listening to me right now.
Yeah.
Some of the things that you was like, you're going out, coming home late, you drop out of school or you finish school?
No, I drop out of Form 3.
Right.
In
Why?
Smoke, because to me it was like there's too much,
Or the academic?
The work,
Uh-huh.
the school work. I was saying too much for me is because 4 classes a day, and my mom always telling me go this and thing. And I only studying football, and I just not ready. I do my work. Might have times I missing 2 period, and just on football I don't really back out something. I studying lime, flick. And my mom never gave up. She always behind me until she called my uncle, which is Ainsley Grazette, and he was like he's the man in the family. He's the man who does really get everybody together, even if it's down times, up times, anytime. He always want to hold us, and when he talk to us, it has someone we just listen to him. I mean, all my uncles I listen to them, but I see it have a connect with me and my uncle that when he talk to me, I just listen, and
She ever ask him to put a belt on you?
well, he put a couple belts on me and tap as well, But to be honest with you, it's like when he step in, from why my mom was showing me and what I wasn't seeing, when he showed me it, I started to reflect on. So this is what going on, man. And I started to pull away because he had me doing like, I went and played the police youth club at that point in time in the barracks. He organized that for me as well, and I started playing with that club. And as well, while we was playing with the police, I was still going to school, And my partners and them used to be telling me, boy, you wasting the time, boy, that ain't making sense, boy. And I watching it, but we going through a line, boy, with these girls and this thing, and I getting distracted from this side, what the help me rise and come out from that certain negative, and I just going back and and ducking training.
So you would being pulled in two directions, one good, one bad.
One bad, yeah.
And the bad was winning. You
Was
could say-
kind of winning,
Yeah.
you know.
Not
Was-
kind of, they win.
And what happened to these guys that you were lineman with? Where are they now?
Most of them die.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them.
Hold on. If you're just joining us, folks, you're listening to Independency, and we are speaking with a young man, a resident of the YTRC, Mr. Ainsley Grazette, and he is taking us through a very familiar journey of parent and child reaction and interaction and family trying to keep him on the straight and narrow, but he's being torn between two lovers, I should say. He loves his family, but he loves his friends as well. And the friends, they kept pushing you, and you were just 14, Ainsley.
Yeah.
So how you should operate? You should get up, you drop out of school, and your mom, of course, she tried to get you back in, did she?
Yes, she tried.
Right, of course.
A matter of fact, she get me back in, and I just was just nah, mama, I can't take that. I rather do some trade or work or something. I can't go to school and I can't go through that. And she started cry out and she called for my uncle and them to come and talk to him, and it's like my grandfather realized that I not listening, and I get put out and sent by my uncle. You know? So my mom should go get her easier because there's too much I pay on she. My little brothers and them was just like them doing that. My little brother was more into school, and you know my big brother, he wasn't living with us, you know. And when my mom couldn't live in, until my mom said ready to come back home, and as they couldn't come back home, a matter of fact I reached back home, and I take 2 walk out the road, the one in the morning and one in the evening. Man, that was it. Get locked up, end up incarcerated for capital offense. And
Which means something happened somewhere,
yeah,
and your name was called as being part of the
part
crew.
of that,
Right.
you know. And here the sad part about it, my mom it was her Mother's Day,
Oh, Lord.
and they called my mom and tell my mom this Sunday, I have Ainsley Grazette here, we're going to charge him now for a capital offense. And I seen that right now, and that really hurt me because Mother's Day, that come like a very independent day for all mothers, which is, you know, and for a mother to hear that she home cooking nice Sunday food, you know, looking out to have all she kids around, you know. And
Did she see you the day before?
no, she didn't see me the day before.
Okay.
She didn't see me the day before, you know. And
So you spent whole day out, whole night out, you just went out. You 14 years, Jed?
yeah,
Oh, at least I'm 14, but I couldn't even look outside.
I tell you, as the morning rise, I used to be outside. I just ready to go outside and line. You know, that's how I was. I was just ready to go outside and just be in this life. You know what's selling me dreams. You know,
Yep.
I like that.
and honestly speaking, after that was just like real hurts and damages.
So let me ask you this.
Mhm.
Some of your friends is, but you was a girl or your mother, you locked down so you studying your mother, they used to tell them kind of thing?
Yeah, and that used to make me feel like I weak. You know, that used to make me feel like I weak, and I just getting pulled into this life, you know. And my mom, she couldn't take it, you know. So I could go along.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I also end up incarcerated for capital after just being outside there and studying friends.
Easy,
Who
hold
want
that
nothing
thought.
from me.
Let's go to a break.
Yeah.
I want to hear your mindset when them handcuffs are placed on you and you sitting in a police station cell on Mother's Day of all days,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Folks, if you're just joining us, you're listening to Our Independency, and we are speaking with a resident of ITRC, and we thank everyone for having him here with us this morning so he can speak to you, the young men and women of Trinidad and Tobago here this morning. And on a side note, Carnage is noted because when you talk about football, Carnage produce a lot of national footballers. And those of you who listen to us from Carnage this morning, if you could drop a line on YouTube or Facebook, name some of you. I could tell you one time we run Lafayette. Yes, some of the icons that run and then Lafayette.
Angus Eve.
Angus Eve and the Casimir brothers. And just send the names here so we could, give Ainsley in good company here with these stars that came out of Carnage. Carnage contributed a lot to national football. So we go to a break. And when we return, remember, this program is brought to you by Michelle Oliveri, Caring Professionals, Caribbean Tourist Villas, Mr. Happy Boys. Let's go to a break. We'll be back with lots more. Stay right there. We have lots more people to come in and speak on AT's behalf as well. Stay right there.
Ion dependency contributes to drug prevention in Trinidad and Tobago through the following efforts. Public awareness. As a registered NGO, it uses its weekly radio broadcast on I-95.5 FM to educate the public on the social and health consequences of drug abuse, trafficking, and addiction. Recovery advocacy. Hosted by Garth St. Clair, who is in long-term recovery, and Natasha Nunez, the program provides a platform for recovering individuals to share their stories, which helps reduce stigma and encourages others to seek treatment. Expert insight. It bridges the gap between policy and lived experience by featuring interviews with law enforcement, policymakers, and community workers. Media outreach. Beyond radio, the organization produces multimedia campaigns, such as anti-trafficking animations, to reach diverse audiences across social media and digital platforms.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
You're listening to Eye on Dependency. We don't just share stories, we change lives.
Ion Dependency, and we are live in studio with Ainsley Grazette and two prison officers who are responsible for him being here this morning and also responsible for his transformation while incarcerated. Now, Garth, you wanted to ask him about the handcuffs, because I know that is a moment for most people who haven't interacted with the Lord. I mean, that moment when they put the handcuffs on you or when that gate slams behind you, it's a memorable moment, and one that I guess assists or may assist in your transformation while you're incarcerated. So what were you thinking and feeling
Where did
as
they
a
pick you up? Where did they put you?
15-year-old in this position?
Well, when the handcuff snap on my hand,
Where did they pick you up?
they pick me up home.
Home? And your mom didn't know?
Well, in the street, well.
On the street?
Yeah, in the
Uh-huh.
street. And I went with me, but they didn't come in my police vehicle. They didn't come in no normal police vehicle. It was on Mark, and I went, and my mom got the message and thing, and she had to run from work and come in the station and see me behind bars. At the moment I saying, nah, this co-unit ends right there. This is not me. I started to study back and started praying. And watch, and that would have set me up to this day, Watch when the time I ready, started dig deep into believing in and started ask God for forgiveness and honestly speaking, because
Sorry for laughing, because your mom, I saw your mom taught you about praying. And
my
believing
family,
in, right?
my strong family, they're strong believing family, in Christ. And I started, God, what go on, and and my mom, she come and started ball along the place, and she mash up your phone as well. And Angel, is it the same thing? And what you want me to do? And you see,
Tell us what she said. You just go ahead, tell us.
and
This is
it's
the
so, it's so impactful, but
What station is Carona? What station?
in Forward Station.
Forest Police Station, right.
Yeah, Forward Police Station, you know. And she come and she started both mob. But the officer guess she did blind because he don't know him. He also didn't know, the family, you know. And guess she blind to the second man, the car people, which they do allow people, families to come in the back to see the train by the sun and them. And she come and stand up and set up all along the place. And I stand up there and I said I cry as well and say, my God, forgive my thing. And she went, I tell you about this. I tell you about that from since day one. Every time I come from school, you want to know the road. As I wake up in the morning, you could be going to school and all Lindsay, you're going on the road. I tell you about them friends. You so believe. Who come and look for you now? Who come and take you out? Eh? Give me one in the number, I'm going to call them and tell them, come on. Not one in them. To be honest with you, not one. However, my mom just make it happen, be a lawyer, and the lawyer was supported me from that. And I spent 72 hours, and I say, time for me to come out because what going on? They know me. I wasn't, and nobody, and me seeing nobody else to bring in the cell and think, who was I wrong for that offense what take place? They didn't lock up nobody else. But I inside, I cell by myself. You know, and they're moving me around all kind of different station. And I see, where is this? What should I go into now? I started study. I go and get a job from that football team. I go and I could already go back to school, right? I could already stay by my uncle and everything that's that I reflect.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And
Jesus.
I just going in a different world and I watching them moving me up and down. And it's what hurt me the most though, is when they clear me home by my mom and my whole family to search. And didn't get nothing. And my grandmother, she turned in she age and police coming and taking up first time this going on. And it's like, Angie, what go on? And she had to go down and I can't even answer because I handcuffed and I just stand up there and the police just walking me all over and the whole community coming out.
Jesus.
You understand? And then them started calling with the officers. What they locking them up there? And the same friends that I met, nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be around. You know? And I spent 2 weeks in the station. 2 weeks in the from 72. 2 weeks and then when I get charged, it's Sunday. And I went to court the Monday and got charged and got remanded to the youth. Well, that time it was YTC. No,
So let me ask, so during that time, Mom had to come now to bring stuff for you, or was she allowed to visit you, or you were just on your own for that 2 weeks?
during the time that
At the station,
in the station, yeah, she was allowed. But what really hurt me too, we have a little parlor home there, and when I see my mom bring, within the 72, when I see she bring this whole bag and boxes, if it's snack and juice and, because it's capital offense, and she watching, she don't know the procedure. Honestly speaking, she didn't know the procedure because my family and them never end up in a situation like this,
Right.
or any lockup or anything like that, you know. And she bring all kind of clothes and I started to cry more because I seem like I stay in here.
Yes.
You know? I started to cry more.
But sorry for laughing, but
No, honestly, you know. I
I
started to cry
enjoying
more.
this conversation.
You know, I started to cry more and I saying, Ma, where's this? She like, what do you mean, where's this? You pay yourself here?
You wanted to move, you wanted to
And
change
they want
your
to be your
address.
own man? And I like, nah, boy. I started to ask the officer, let she go back and tell me now. No. Yeah, me have to keep that. You didn't see where you got a cup for? And I saw what, and knowing capital offense is one of the most serious thing in this country, in the whole world. You know, and I saying, hey, just so. And I all the way to the officer, I seen the officer, we have to dig deep in the investigation. This is not me, I was nowhere to be there. Honestly speaking. And them saying, we're going for yourself fellas and this and all you always be together. And we sure it must be one, and they would going, and I saying, like fellas, like they're calling and they're trying to throw thing on me. You know? And from there, my mom had to leave. She had like 10 minutes. And she watching me there and just can't help herself. You know, my mom said I get small. When she come and visit me, every time I had to cry. And she said I get small and end up in hospital and, you know. And knowing her mother, she's telling me, you know, I don't work and my belly hurting me. And something telling me, because I don't know, no offense to my brother and my sister, but I was like my mom eyeball, you know? And she belly hurting, she.
You know, I've always heard mothers say that once a child gets affected, they feel it in their womb, you know? And she was, oh my God. And every time I saw her, she was just getting smaller and smaller.
Smaller, yeah. And all I telling she, my had to eat something. She know, boy, I don't know appetite these days. Once you out there, I can't sleep. I can't eat. You know, use minds.
If you're just joining us, you're listening to Independency. And we are speaking with young Ainsley Grazette, who handed his life to the state at the age of 14 and now is living testimony of young men not listening to parents and how it comes full circle to you. Your mom tried, Ainsley.
And she always trying. You know, up to this day. After all that days, weeks, you know, I come up in YTC from 2018.
Did you cry going up the road?
More than cry. You know?
Let me get some tissue. No, you have to cry.
Yeah.
I mean, this is this is the real emotion that unfortunately leads many young men down a certain path. The absence of this kind of emotion, because the only emotions that you and your friends were concerned about is, as you were saying, the drinking, the partly lime, and the party and the girls. That was the objective. That was the aim. Not being empathetic, not being caring, not being loving towards your family, not showing fear, not showing hurt and grief over things that have happened to you. These are the kinds of emotions that that unfortunately are being encouraged among young men, among themselves. And the very fact that Ainsley could show this kind of emotion here today, and I mean, he's done it before. He has freely admitted that when placed in that situation of being incarcerated and not knowing what your future has for you, that will reduce you to tears. And that is a natural, normal reaction to that kind of fear, apprehension, and grief for knowing what your actions has done to your family and your mother especially.
Yeah. So that was a serious impact to them. And I want to get to the point that I never gave up. My mom never gave up.
Just now, hold on. I want you to tell the young men listening to you, when you realized you were going to YTRC, on your way, how did you feel? What type of reflection did you have? Did you understand then that it was all over?
Well, just unbelieve it. That moment, coming up in that area, in bus, wherever you want to call it, and with a capital offense, to me, I said, I don't know when I go and see outside again. Because that is one of the serious more serious
offenses.
offenses. It have, besides, it have other offenses, but at that point in time, as youths, we just watch that, we never going on, I never going on, be in that situation. I used to tell myself that, I used to tell my mom that, and she said, if you lie with them, you will end up there, if you be around them. It's simple, come like you lying, you could be spending time with your family, and somebody else could be doing them wrongdoings, and people come for them, and you are wrong, and you pick up innocent. And
your mom would have been well placed because she remember how you lost your father,
yes,
and then your brother. So she now trying to hold on to her one son again, and you now pulling away from her.
Yeah, so she was trying, she best to be secured, to make sure that I secured, and I was just not seeing it. To be honest with you, it's just going through my head. And I just answering she to make she feel good. But coming up in that area, it was deep. It's like, whoa, where's my next step, How I going and how my mom going and cope with this, right? How she going and live? Me even study my rest of my brothers, and this one I started studying my mom and myself. Because my mom is everything to me, right? And when I reach YTC, that when I see now, I have to defend it. You have to step it up.
It's a different school you're going to here now.
Not even at school. Not even at school. That different.
No, but what I'm doing, I'm comparing now the school that you dropped out from because you were going to school.
Yeah.
No handcuffs.
Yeah.
An
I
institution,
understand,
yes.
Yeah, so now that switch now that different type of uniform you see now when you walk to them.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I just hadn't know what you saying that it more than that school. It's so serious that I wouldn't even put it as a different school, because when I reach, it's a whole different energy. Different people.
Yes.
People who I never see in my life, I around. And when I reach, it's like officers, they treated me, etc. And from since that day, there was a special officer sit down in the room here. One of my mentors, my motivation speakers as well, who been playing a big part in my life as well, received me in the reception when I come for a capital offense. Miss Bedo. She was one of the females was in the reception. And watch how long that was, and watch we here till the 2026, and watch who we are. And I don't take them things lightly as a young man now, and
no, you have a mother now in prison now.
Correct.
We have to listen to you about her now.
And she always, she's my teacher as well, helping me further my studies, and I, when I was in the reception, and if you see me, I say, but I had to try to play a different role for them fellas, come we don't know nobody, you understand? And Miss telling me certain things, and I gain Miss attitude. Yeah, and I gain Miss attitude like, nah.
Oh, you had attitude in there too?
Yeah,
when you
because growing up in Wayne, when I go into YTC, it's just a this thing might have now. Like you have to defend yourself. You can't nobody. You can't be no bubbly. You understand? You have to think. And I said, nah, but you have to play man, to defend it. Because I nobody here. There's nobody from who was supporting me on my own.
Yes.
You understand? And
how was the first night?
The first night, to be honest with you, when I watch the ceiling, it's shaped like a SIM card.
Like a what?
A SIM card. It's small. You laugh. No, it's serious.
It's shaped like a SIM card.
Yes.
Explain.
So just watch a sim card. Go to sim card and just watch a like bigger version towards it.
Right.
Just like right there.
So it's like your whole world has reduced
Yeah.
basically to this cell.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I sit down there and I see what kind of life is and mosquito and a whole different energy, you know.
Now
But
you're
then-
starting to compare where you were
Yeah.
and how
As a-
nice you had it.
I started to wish this. I started to say I wished in, and if I could have, if I had only listen, and I started to go down in that kind of deep thoughts and reflection, you know. And from there, I spent in that division, and I spent a couple of weeks there, and you know it had fellas and who was around who saying, "Can I check on?" And I started talking to certain men and they start guiding me about the place and whatever, you know. And these same gifted officers who here today with me, you know, from the commissioner coming right back, you know, them was the one motivated me, always talking to me. They just get us, and I always had football skills, you know. A matter of fact, I had any sporting skills, I had it. I could play any sports. Any sports they bring to me, I just executed because that's my passion. You know, I always want to be active. I always like to use the gym. You know, and as I grow, I start to understand life more deep within these mentors and the leaders, you know.
So speaking of which, if you're just joining us, you're listening to Independence, and we are speaking with young Ainsley Grazette, resident of Carnage, who is now a resident of the YTRC, in there for a capital offense, and he's taking us through the paces this morning so that you, the parents and young men and women listening to us, can, I hope you grasp the picture that he painted. Now, before we ask Mr. Akwi to switch places, Mr. Akwi, we have prison officers to Akwi, and then we speak with Mr. Bedo. But Mr. Akwi, this is a common sight for you, seeing young men. How do you feel as a father when you see young men walking in there in handcuffs coming off that transport?
Well, first thing I had to give, I have to thank my wife, Leslie, for being very patient with me because she said YTRC is like my second home.
Right.
Or my home, and that family support is so important. So, Leslie, love you very much. Big up your old self this morning.
Is he a cooking girl?
Yeah.
Cooking, all right.
Yeah. So, but that sight, to walk down those corridors, Mr. Sinclair,
Mm-hmm.
and see these young men behind those gates, is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah. Some of them still have
And-
mother milk on their face.
Yeah. I remember the 10-year-old coming to me and saying that he was there for housebreak. And I say, so outside there, you can't tell me nothing, you know. I say, what do you mean by that? He said, I could walk in your house and pick up whatever and you can't tell me nothing. I say, why you believe that? He said, because the boss will deal with you. So we have persons who giving these young men a false sense of empowerment. And his mom was a single parent working KFC shift work. So she didn't have the time to supervise him.
Right.
And the grandmom was there and you know, grandmom can't handle him. Right? So again, it's a lot of purpose, a lot of selflessness that goes into what we do
Yes.
day in, day out.
Right.
And this gang affiliation, these numbers and letters that these young men are loyal to, it's very disheartening.
Yeah.
Because as much as we try to inculcate every morning, we have a morning devotion where we take them out, we do the prayer, anthem, national pledge, and ask them to give a word of motivation, inspirational word. And they would do it, but then when they get back together in the little groups, you hear the conversations they keep is not entirely positive. So our job and what we do is so important. I just wish that in the past we had persons for a longer time to work with. Now it's so different that the young men who are convicted spend a minimal time before they would spend like 2 to 3 years, 3 to 4 years. And now we have some of the remanded young men who actually stay longer than some of the boys getting convicted.
Sure.
Wow.
So when you look at their conditioning from childhood come up, you send a young man to YTRC for 9 months or 6 months. There's so much we could do in terms of reprogramming them.
Right.
However, when you have them for a longer time, as Ainsley, you see where change can happen. I can tell you, it wasn't easy, you know.
When
It
we
wasn't
talk with
easy,
Bedu,
yeah.
even just joining us, you're listening to
Right?
Independency.
Yes,
And we let's go a quick break, and when we return, we'll speak with his coach, Sir Cyrus, right? He's here in studio with us. He's going to tell you about this not easy young man that he had to turn into a football star. And but he had the skill. He's from Carnage. And don't forget, send us the names of some of the players that grace that don national colors for Trinidad and Tobago. We know it's a lot of them from Carnage. You can help us identify them. You're listening to Independency. Let's go to a quick break. We'll be back.
Ion dependency contributes to drug prevention in Trinidad and Tobago through the following efforts. Public awareness. As a registered NGO, it uses its weekly radio broadcast on I-95.5 FM to educate the public on the social and health consequences of drug abuse, trafficking, and addiction. Recovery advocacy. Hosted by Garth St. Clair, who is in long-term recovery, and Natasha Nunez, the program provides a platform for recovering individuals to share their stories, which helps reduce stigma and encourages others to seek treatment. Expert insight. It bridges the gap between policy and lived experience by featuring interviews with law enforcement, policymakers, and community workers. Media outreach. Beyond radio, the organization produces multimedia campaigns, such as anti-trafficking animations, to reach diverse audiences across social media and digital platforms.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Dobson here from HMP London. Can I speak to Mr. James, please?
This is Mr. James speaking.
Thank you. Can you hold the line? I have a call coming through to you, sir.
Sure.
Hello, Daddy.
Hello, yes, Brian?
Daddy, I'm just calling to tell you that locked up in the UK for drug trafficking.
Oh, yeah? You lock up? And you tell me I was going to Tobago? And I tell you about them boy I was liming with? Well, all right. Don't drop the soap. Carry on.
Eye on Dependency. Reality radio at its best every Sunday on I-95.5 FM. Don't miss it.
You're listening to Eye on Dependency. We don't just share stories, we change lives.
Thank you for staying with us. You're listening to Independency. Let's step on the gas now. Remember, those of you on Facebook and YouTube, remember, please like and subscribe to the channel. Those of you, welcome to those of you listening to us on the radio. Now we have Mr. Dexter Cyrus, who is the coach of the Prison Football Club, and he's here to talk about Ainsley a bit and tell us what you saw in this young man when he first came to you, and what his future like as a football player.
Well, I should say, firstly, thank you for having me. Ainsley left a very good first impression on myself and my staff because of the fact that he's a very hard worker. and he's very, very disciplined. You know, he always willing to listen and take coaching. When you marry that to the kind of hard work that he puts in,
What's his position on the field?
he plays anywhere down the right, so he can play as a right winger or a right back.
Okay.
All right. He's very athletically strong and quick, but his temperament is I think that's the key, you know, behind his I should say success, right? Ainsley from the jump, never missed a training session, was never injured, always gave 110%, and he's the type who sometimes he comes to you and say, Coach man, you know I didn't do this well, or I didn't do that well, and he would ask, you know, Coach man, what does you feel like I think you know you think I should do, and that kind of thing. So we also got out of him the impression that he always wanted to do better. All right. The going on in training, after a few months, we realized that he was one of the who would have been the most improved, on top of the fact that his fitness was always at a high level. He was always taking the coaching. Now, that was evident when we started the season, because Ainsley scored the first goal for Prisons at the start of the season.
Wow.
You understand?
Wow.
So yeah, so that was a nice milestone for him.
Yeah.
I think
Who you all played that game, you remember?
we played Caledonia AIA.
Okay. Right.
First game of the season. You know, we won that game 3-2.
Right.
Ainsley has that accolade to his name. The first goal for Prisons at the start of the season. You know, the first game we gave him a guard of honor to come out on the field.
Nice.
Right. And I think that lifted his spirits. It lifted everyone else's spirits also. And the players, they always behind him, very supportive of him. We had to go through quite a lot, you know, for Ainsley to actually be on the field in the first place.
Right.
There's a lot of things had
There's
to
legal
happen.
paperwork.
Yes, in the logistics. And
Right.
Ainsley's approval actually went through on that day.
Okay.
And to be clear, this is the senior team of the prison service. This is the senior team of the prison service.
Yes,
This
miss.
is not
This is not a junior
YTRC team.
No, that's not that. This is
Okay.
the Tier 1 team
Tier 1.
that plays at the highest level of football in Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
Yes.
And as I said, he got his clearance on the day, and he was able to play, he was able to score, and we won. So it was a real
Momentous
nice,
occasion.
yes, a
Right,
win-win
right,
situation, like a fairy tale story.
Yeah.
Then, you know.
Thank God it wasn't defense force all the play.
Thank God it was defense force we played on the day. Yeah, it's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that's my team. That's my team.
Right. But all in all, you know, he went through the season with us, always giving that 100%, you know. Now, just like any other player, sometimes, you know, we would have to have conversations, because sometimes he mightn't get a start, he might be on the bench, all them kind of things.
Right.
But every single time, we ask him to play, he's always ready and always give 110% every single time.
So, good Cyrus, I know you have to run. Before you go to, is this something that you would recommend more for youngsters who's incarcerated? And because now this young man was uncontrollable on the outside, now he's a senior player on the senior team of the prison. Do you see this as a catalyst that can shape the lives of young men in prison?
Most definitely. I think that this what we are actually seeing unfolding before our eyes here with Ainsley is something that is definitely a catalyst for other boys. I mean, the prison service is after the police would have dealt with you and locked you up, who you go to? You go to the prison.
Yeah.
The prison service obviously is not just a place for to keep convicts or people who would have done wrong. I think the restorative justice is what we're seeing here right now. This is unfolding in front of our eyes. This is this we actually sitting here speaking of restorative justice.
Correct.
Correct. If we have the living proof in front of us and we can actually see the young man on a football field contributing to the team, why is it not possible for others? Why is it not possible for other young men or women who are talented in sport? If the prisons team has a sporting facility and team of a particular discipline, then we that's an opportunity to restore the individual so that they can fit back into the society as a normal human being and obviously gain the trust of the public.
Before, as you close, what would you like to say to those who listen that can make that change, and of course to the young man in studio with us?
Well, I always talk to Ainsley. We have conversations all the time. When the season started last year, we had a very nice conversation as it pertains to him and, you know, what we want for him and that kind of thing. I told him straight up out the blocks that I am bringing you on the senior team, right? I just want you to humble yourself, conduct yourself a particular way. And, you know, he was very, very much appreciative for the general public. I think that the general public, I don't think they understand. I don't think they understand what they're seeing. I don't think that the general public clearly understands what they're looking at when they look at the prison service football team with an intern client playing. I don't think they understand what that is. I think they just look at him as a normal person.
Right, understood.
Behind the scenes, based on everything that we would have done and everything that is happening in this man's life, the understanding now comes from the family of the young man, where the parent or parents of the young man can actually see their child being restored in a positive way and not just there in a cell and that kind of thing. The gentleman would have spoken before saying that you know, you need time to rewire the brain of the individual. This is what has happened to Ainsley, but Ainsley is also now able to give back to the prison service, and he's also now able to be a beacon and a shining light for another inmate. He's also now be able to show that he could big up his community of Carnage. As you say, Carnage would have had a lot of national footballers. I would have played with Angus Eve and Dean Pacheco and these boys who from Carnage.
Yes.
Dexter Lee and all these men.
Dexter Lee,
Trent Noel. I would have played with these players.
Wow.
They were on the national team with myself. And if Ainsley would have come from that community, that's a football community.
Yeah, definitely.
Carnage is a football community. So Ainsley being able to play good football is not surprising to me with him coming from Carnage. But now, Ainsley, let's say that he would have walked on a wrong path. And now, the prison service now would have held his hand and brought him back onto the right path. And we can see what would have transpired by him coming back. But the vehicle of the football team is like, because I know football has changed the life of many a man. Football has done that, right? It changed my life also, right? But that vehicle of football is not just restorative as it pertains to a young man in prison. It's worldwide. It's general. It has multiple facets to it as it pertains to life. Ainsley is better. He's more humble when he's training. He's easier to manage. All these things you're getting from the people in the prisons just by him being able to play football.
Yeah.
You know.
Coach Cyrus, any questions with the questions answer before we?
No, I mean, he touched everything. Everything, and just to underscore the point about sport as a tool of rehabilitation, not just for persons who are incarcerated, but for young men and young women to improve themselves as human beings.
Yes.
Yes.
Not just being able to have the talent and the skill to play a sport, but how sport can really impact people's lives and improve them as human beings.
Yes.
And as a group, as a team.
Yes.
You know?
Coach Cyrus, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You want to say something?
Yeah.
I just
talk about coach and how hard he is.
I know the time is on the essence, but I
Yes.
just want to add to where Coach Man say, no discrimination in Trinidad and Tobago, but this is one of the best coach I ever had in my life. Not because here I say not to make him, but honestly speaking, this is one of the best coach. And coaching skills, humility, everything. This is him. Coach Dexter Cyrus, honestly, he's
High standards.
high standard. You know, he don't play. When it's come to football and training, everything starts in training. Yeah. And for the not just for the tier 1 football, from under 20, they come straight up to the tier 1 football, through Super League. You know, he been there supporting, you know, motivating, and disciplining not just on the field, off the field too. And he always inform me to always condition on yourself, get enough rest before they come training. Do go on. You know, you always in my ears. You know? And I tell you this prison service is my team. This is my team. You know? Kudos to Mr. Gordon as well for pushing me to this level. And Coach Dexter, because honestly speaking, the day when they had the screening, before he left, I want to add this. The day when they had the screening, well, 2-3 days we had screening, and the last day, Coach, they had so much effort, and I saying, Father, boy, I just want to make history. I wish I ready. But I know deep down, I always willing to work hard and harder than the rest of the players, you know? And Coach Cyrus had his phone in hand and had the lesson calling out the players who he captained to represent prison service. And after when I hear he call, because there's 25 players he keeping with CTFA allowing, you know, and I hear when he reach 23rd, the 23rd player, I say, 2 more players, right? I wonder what's going on. Then I see he say 24, number 24, and he call the next player, and then I see he thing, and he started talk to the other coaches, and above my head I say, this way it is, if you just try, you know. And to hear my name call, that my whole thoughts, everything changed. I mean, I didn't change, but it actually come to a reality that I had to step it up.
Yes,
Coach,
I
know when I ask him that.
No, I called his name last on purpose because I wanted to actually give a speech.
Yeah.
Right.
After,
Okay.
You know, and say certain. I didn't want because he's not just an ordinary pick.
Right. Understood. Yes.
Yeah, so I really appreciate that, Coach, man. I must say, love it like a father. Honestly speaking, you know.
Coach Cyrus,
Yes, sir.
we have to leave it there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here to support and continue. Glad you included him on the team.
Yes,
And you are a national player as well, right?
from the age of 15 to 31.
Yeah, because I know the name Dexter Cyrus keep bringing a bell. I said, but why this name?
From the age of 15 to 31.
15 to 31.
That you top striker.
Dexter Cyrus, yes.
Yeah, that you striker.
I have a national FIFA accolade. Right. I have a national FIFA accolade. I am the first player to score a hat-trick on debut for Trinidad and Tobago.
Right. Yes.
And I was given an accolade by Mr. Jack Warner from FIFA for that. Yes.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well done, sir. Thank you for your service to Trinidad and Tobago football.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that Trinidad and Tobago football at another
Yeah,
time.
yeah, that's all.
That is our whole program.
Yeah, man, these are 2 days.
Yes. Yeah, I know, brother. Oh, God, it's so painful now. But thank you so much, sir.
No problem.
God bless you. Keep up the good work.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
All right? So that was Coach Dexter Cyrus, former representative of our national football team, Trinidad and Tobago. We were so happy to have him in studio here with us. Let's go quickly now to this young man in studio here who came, Daniel Walcott, right?
Yes.
Yes, so Daniel isn't here. So just then we're going to play a quick note from Daniel, what he sent to us, playing with Ainsley and playing football and so on, and then we'll have a brief chat with him before we bring in
We have Josiah here.
Josiah
as well.
here. Josiah here. Come to that, sit down. All right, so let's go with
Yes.
Yes, we're going with Daniel.
My name is Daniel Walcott and I'm 16 years old. I born and grew up in the countryside of Newlands Village East, currently residing at Alison Park, Cool Mines and Gandhi. I started playing football at the age of 6 in the Season Business Youth Camp until maybe 11 years old. 2023 started playing with Prison Under 16 under Coach Duncan and Mr. Harrison. 2024, I represented Trinidad and Tobago National Under 14 team and the Under 14 CFU Championship, coached by Denzel Seabold. In that tournament, I had an amazing experience with the number 7 jersey with pride. In 2024, we represented Montison College at the SSFL Senior Division for 1 year. Then transitioned to prison service under 20 team, where I played West Penn and the All-Star League. Currently attending Hillview College, who, as you know, had a great season by winning the under 16 East Zone, Championship East Zone, and the Big Five, as well as gaining promotion to the next season Premiership. Must I mention to Coach Jeremy and Coach Balthazar. In that season, I scored 17 goals and had 10 assists. In 2026, currently, I began training for the Under 20 tournament with Prison Service team, where I now began life at the Tier 2 team. After an impressive start with 3 goals and 2 assists after 3 games. Must give credit to the coaches and management staff for the belief and trust in me, and Mr. Duncan, Mr. Harrison, Mr. Mohammed, currently the head coach, manager Samson, and my father, also an assistant coach currently. My favorite foot is my left foot. Love playing from the right side, right wing position, where I personally feel that there's where I'm most effective and comfortable. My aims and goal forward is to again represent Trinidad to be at the national level. Also maybe earn a scholarship along with titles with prison service team, either the tier 2 level or the under 20 level. Integral season coming up, I plan to win titles as well as contribute more goal and assists for Hillview College. Another notable mention must go to Mr. Alexander, who coached me at Northeastern College. Full respect and appreciation to him always.
All right, so we have Donnell in studio with us to give us his take on, and this is an accomplished footballer, as you would have heard from what he just said, right? Even at his tender age. How old are you?
16 years old.
16 years old.
already?
What?
But we want to hear what are your thoughts on playing with this young man, Ainsley. How you met, when you met.
No, the first time I see Grazette was last year. He was very strong. See why this man can hit me hard way. I didn't really think about it. Now, this year now I see him playing with the tier 1. I say, alright, he really make it. For being, See.
So you had this morning to give him support. What would you say to him? He's in studio with you now, because I know you all won't get a chance to talk like, on a normal basis. But what would you say to him?
Now, I just had to say, just keep up your work, though. You're doing real good. You're humble. You just put in your work. I just see it. And you just had to keep doing your thing, and you're going to make it far. Yeah.
So you think he has a future in football?
Yeah, you have a future. You can make it out there, hopefully. And you just had to put in your work, stay humble, And yeah, you make it far.
Now, you have some young men listening to you this morning. What would you say to them about the
Them,
straight and narrow?
just how to stay out of crime, stay out of trouble. And if you're a footballer, just put in your work, stay humble, pray, and you'll make it far. You'll get a scholarship, you could go out the country and play with a pro team. And yeah.
So that's your dream, Daniel?
Yeah, that's my dream also.
What position you play?
I play on the wing, right side, on the left side.
Next soccer.
What? Right side or left side?
Yeah.
Right
Wow.
or left, okay.
Wow. That's wonderful, man.
Versatility important.
And thank you. Now we have in studio with us, we also have Josiah Joseph, who is another teammate, but we're going to hear his soundbite first and then come to him.
To him always.
I'm Josiah Joseph, 25 years of age. I grew up in Picton, John Lavantil. I've been pursuing football since the age of 6. Never got the full support I really looked forward to from like parents, family-wise. I've never get the full support. I'm here yet still carrying on, trying to get something out of it. Many times I've been feeling to give up because felt as if it's not making sense trying to play football, having to work, having to see about a family. And I felt as if I've been wasting time. But I know for sure I'm a special product. I felt as if I'm a special product and I deserve a fair chance of to reach out there, as in getting a trials, getting to train for a club, you know. I've represented our country in national futsal under 23, where I won a bronze medal, also scoring 4 goals. Came third. That was 2022. After that, I've been playing with Prison Service FC. I played pro, went to the Super League, and I'm still here, trying my best to, grab every opportunity that come my way right now. And I feel as if something will happen soon. Just getting the feeling.
Yeah. Come to the mic, son. Come. Yes, tell us how you met this young man and what you think about him. You're here to support him this morning, so.
Ainsley Grazette. Well, I met him at the YTC. Well, we trained there, so I met him there.
And you play for Prison as well?
Yes, I do.
Right.
Well, I played alongside him for probably a whole season in the Tier 2. That is when we first met. He's a very great player, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Strength-wise, attacking-wise, he does come out and pay in the work. He also encouraged me to pay in the work as well. That days I miss in training and thing, you course on me. When I come out, you say, hey, come training now, you know. So, he's a player. He's really a player.
Anything for?
Yeah. So, what are your ambitions in this sport?
My ambition is seeking and trying to get a professional contract out there.
And eventually making it to the national team, I
As
hope.
well, yes.
Yes, of course. And what would you say to the young men who may be listening, who, whether they're incarcerated or not, and they have ambitions to make it in sport? What is required of them to do that?
To continue pushing, continue putting in the work, don't give up, and yeah, that's basically it.
So understand you all have games later, right? Yeah. So we want to thank you all very much for, because I mean on game day there's some anxiety and you all playing later.
Well, I had the Tier 12 Lavantil United.
Right.
And the under 20 play in Premier. SC. Yeah.
Okay. Well, good luck to all of you, especially when you meet Defence Force, it's a team not to mess with. I'm sorry to say, but I don't envy you all when you all have to play Defence Force. But congratulations.
Thanks
well
again.
done.
Thanks
Thanks for
for
coming.
having me.
You all the best. God bless you all.
Yeah, thanks
all
for
right.
having us.
Anything you want to say to them before they leave?
Yes, most important. Chances, choices, and consequences is within yourself, to the youths and the young ladies and the parents as well in Trinidad and Tobago, because the sky's the limit. You all could make the change. It's never too late. Once Jesus say yes, nobody can say no.
Amen.
You understand? So believe and have faith. Trust and believe it will happen. Because I as well working very hard to make it international. And I want to continue and motivating the youth out there. This, watch me. I is the example. I been there and watch why I is here now. You know? With a lot of rehabilitation and transformation within myself. And I willing every day, any day, to work with you all, to give all of my experience. Because life deep. Reality and expectation is two different. You understand? So don't take life for granted. It's not 3 points thing. 1 point you have. And I will God give you.
And there are those young who have the roof over their heads, they have a nice family, but they're still playing the fool.
Yes, and you all have that support, take the support. I wish I had taken it before. Because I would have never end up here, honestly speaking. Take the support. Don't try to prove no point to nobody. Improve, don't prove. You understand?
Well said.
God make you short and make this person tall. You short for a reason. Don't try to be like that person. It might sound funny, but it's real.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
And I ain't come here to make no joke or don't just like that song nice. I come here to be real with you all, to help all better all yourself in Trinidad and Tobago. And this hard work I put in and this lot of nice talk here, you not just talk to just try to realness.
But we have more real for you just now. So gentlemen, thank you. Thank you.
Have a blessed day.
Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, right? If you could Tasha, you could show them out. Because I won't you stay. We have more for you. You go ahead. Yes, and good luck later.
Thanks.
Keep good. All right. Miss Bedu and Sabah, come right in. Because I need you all in here. I need you all in here for this one.
I thought that is the day.
No, that is not it yet. We have a surprise for you.
12 o'clock, you know.
Yeah, so but we wanted to take some calls. We hope we could get some calls in for you. But you could line up what I sent for you last night. This morning at 2:25. First thing when I wake up this morning, you see that message from me.
Yeah.
But I just want to shout out to Ron Lafroy, Angus Eve, Dean Pacheco, Kerry Batiste, Kaleem Highland, Tyrone Charles, Alvin Jones, Joven Jones, Trent Noel, Nigel Henry, the father of Jones Brothers, and of course Dexter Lee, Durance Williams, Tasha St. Louis, and it's a whole lot more. The Casimir brothers, you name it, they came from Carnage. Carnage really supplied our national team with footballers. Like Carnage only around with that people know what's going on. We need some more. We need some more, man. Come on, let's do this. All right, the national team needs Carnage. What's going on with the mothers in Carnage? Come on, all come on, keep supplying. All right. So we have Miss Bedo back in studio. We have Mr. Barrow in studio with us again. But before we come to you all, to put the icing on the cake, short man, play the first clip for me, please. Listen to this carefully. Tell me if you recognize this voice, Izzy.
Hey, blessed morning, everyone. And to my son who's listening. I just want to send a small message to you to let you know that your mom loves you. She loves you very much. And she believes in you. And she believes in everything that you do. You know, times have been so hard for me. Knowing as you're in that situation you is now. And to know now that a sport that your mother did love and you play that same sport and to see you reach so far, even you reach so far, well you reach far enough so you can be acknowledged by peoples and persons and people praying for you and being there for you, helping you, supporting you, guiding you. Your mother is your number one supporter. And to the people who have helped you and is helping you right now. I just want to say thank you all for giving my son this opportunity so we can let the youths of this nation and everyone else who is around him, where he could be someone who they can look up to. Someone who he can look up to and they will follow in his pattern or their own pattern. That from where he was to where he is now, he might be in a better place, but thank God for life. And he's being seen on the field, and he's making something of himself and making me and his family very proud. And to the mothers, grandparents, fathers, whoever have their siblings, sister, brother, cousin, be with them always. Guide them. You know? We mightn't be perfect. We the parents mightn't be perfect. But we just want the best for our kids. So I am Ainsley Mom. I'm just sharing this small token towards my son, letting him know I'm very proud and happy that he's making himself proud, and I want him to make the people and them around him also proud, who is pushing him and guiding him through this journey. And we ask the Father God to put his hand in everything that he do from this day forward. I just want to say thank you. I'm so emotional. I ask the Lord to give me. I ask my sister and Lord to help me to put certain things together. And I just want to say, keep shining, keep strong, be respectful, be dedicated towards what your aim is, focus. And to the children and the nation, or to be focused, listen to all your parents. For the parents doesn't happen easy. We parents doesn't have it easy. You know? And I'm a single mother. I'm a single mother of 4. And thankful to the Lord that I have been blessed with 4 wonderful children. One of his brothers passed. There's one of his uncles who has been there for him, guiding him from day 1. Now he has been passed. Rest his soul in peace, Brian Gittins. And yeah, with a loved ones, his grandmother, his grandfather who has passed, his brother, you know. Just wanted to be focused and keep your head up and keep praying. Keep praying. God will make a way somehow. You know? God will make a way somehow for him. Trust and believe. God got you. God got each and every one of you who is listening. Thank you all, and you all have a blessed day.
Not a dry eye in the house. We all know, how God is with these things, right?
I just hear my mother.
I know.
As it, it's God. I just tried to avoid this happening, boy, but it's below them causes. They bring this program here this morning. But I'm so happy that, Mr. Barrow, welcome, and thank you very much for spending time here with us this morning.
Yeah, thank you too for having me.
Help me out here, brother. I can't talk more. Just go ahead.
I'll say, this is the life, and we at Prison Service FC glad to give Ainsley the opportunity, and we're very thankful to you all for bringing it to the fore, for the wider nation to hear his story. You know, we're very appreciative of that, because we, on our end, will continue to make him be who he needs to be in this here life and turn it around. Yeah. Thanks a lot for that.
No, we had to thank
Appreciate
you all
it.
too, man. You know, you all given this country hope. You know that people can visibly and it can be tangible. They turn around in life. You know, and Miss Bedo, come to the microphone, please. You know, Miss Bedo, I've never seen anybody more excited. This is your second mother, you know. I've never seen anybody more excited for us to do this program. Miss Bedo, she was right on top of things. And she told us, you know, you give her some attitude where you just keep it away. Talk to us, Miss Bedo. Tell us. And thank you very much for your service.
Thank you for inviting me here. When I first met Ainsley, boy, he had attitude. When I tell you attitude. So I used to work at YTC then. Now it's Youth Transformation and Rehabilitation Center. So the first time he came in to the institution, you know, it's a unknown environment. So I guess he had the attitude to go with it like, okay, whatever. And over time, I told him, I say, Ainsley, you need to change your attitude. I say, one thing I sure about, I never hear your name outside. So while I am no longer at YTRC, I'm working WP, Programs and Industry. So while I was scrolling through my phone, I think that was January the 2nd to be precise, I saw an interview with Ainsley. I was like, Ainsley? So I listened to him. I was like, okay, Ainsley doing great things. So when I came to the institution, that was for CSEC exams, Ainsley said, Miss, you remember what you told me when I first came in here? I said, no. Yeah, me remember you told me you never heard my name outside, eh? I say, yes, Ainsley. Yeah, when you go outside, take out your phone and Google, who is Ainsley Grazette? I say, all right, Ainsley. I say, okay, Ainsley, you put me in my place, yeah? Yeah. So I went outside and I did Google Ainsley Grazette. And if anybody Googles Ainsley Grazette, you will see just positive things about him. So he's actually on Google and I am not. So I feel in that type of way that I am not even on Google. I can't Google my name. Nothing is going to come up. But I can Google his name, and every day, once I go across to the institution, I will talk to him. I will speak positivity into him, and I will also tell him, you know, I'm glad you come from this. You make a 360-degree turnaround, and the amount of persons that is supporting him, like the entire football club, from Mr. Gordon, who calls my phone a lot, to the manager, to Mr. Barrow, to even his mother, right? Everybody supports him, and he is the reason why I am here today, actually on this football club, right? So I'm pushing for him to do greater things, for everybody to know who is Ainsley Grazette and his story behind the whole rehabilitation process of football.
She said it all. I can't put anything extra on that, you know. Yeah. So,
but with regard to football as transformation for young men, especially, you see it as worthwhile too.
Yes, you know, it's something that continues. You know, it was done before, and with him now, and we see others also in the system that could get that same opportunity also. So, you know, the work carries on.
Right. Yeah. Now, I didn't want to throw cold water on the mom's contribution. I just wanted to switch gears a bit because I've been balling on the place right now, and it's not nice to see a big man cry in front of strangers here this morning. So but Ainsley, now you can tell us you heard your mom. How do you feel? I saw you were crying. Yes, it's understandable, but what would you say to your mom this morning?
Mom, I love you. With all my heart. Everything in me. And I will continue to make you proud. And my family. And these, as I always say, these officers put in a position to be gifted, these managers, these directors, everybody, all in all yourself. I appreciate you all and for giving me the support all the time from since day one, and then giving up. We're not perfect, but we are all equal. And we just try to, to be thankful when the day come. And Mommy, I speechless because there's so much I want to tell you, and that you see there, from start to finish. If I could have ball long, I ball long the place. You understand? But as a man, it doesn't really work crying in front of people, but
boy cry, boy.
I crying, it tears you,
No shame in that at all.
But
Correct.
There you go.
I love you and my sister, my brother, my niece, my nephew, everybody, uncle, everyone. I go in and set legacies to our names. Honestly speaking, I'm not giving up. No matter where is or it's going to happen by the grace of God. And to the youth out there, I hope all are listening. Make sure and listen. Take a page out of the book, because before the year done, Miss and myself done also talk about writing a book and publishing it. So look out for it. You will hear about it and you will see it. There's a lot.
Let's take some calls. 622-3937. Let's take some quick calls. Paranash in the house this morning. Huh?
Before we do, I wanted to ask the prison officers in here a quick question about just to provide some balance, because we know prison is a place, potentially a dangerous place, right? It's a place that houses persons who have convicted of crimes. So how do you, in your role as prison officer, strike a balance between security, which is a major part of being a prison officer, and providing opportunities to inmates who need it, like Ainsley and like others? How do you strike that balance? Because I'm sure it's something that you have to confront every day.
Yes.
I could say, doing it for over all these years that I've been doing it, I won't say how long, but you could see who wants it. And if the person bring themselves forward and show that they're willing to work and do the work, you're obligated to support and give them every tool to make it happen.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure just like your children, some days you feel you strangle them, and then some days...
Boy. Oh, boy.
Yeah. That's a delicate balance.
Right. So with me is a little different from Mr. Barrow, because I work in the programs and industry department. So I work directly with them, hands-on with them. So I tap into a little more, like psychologically, sociologist.
Yeah, the social
the social part of
it.
Yes. Right? So my role as a prison officer in that department, I come like a mother to them. Because sometimes they may have good days, they may have bad days. So going into the rehabilitation part of that is a lot of work. So I also work in the education department. I am also working with Ainsley.
How much things you're not doing? What you're not working on, ma'am?
I am also a teacher as well.
Lord. Wow.
Yeah, so I develop a relationship with the inmates, right? So I also tell them there's a line, prison officer.
Yeah.
So don't cross the line. Give me respect and I will give you respect. So they open up. And you get to see what they're thinking, as Mr. Barrow just said. You will actually see who wants it. But me, I just take a different approach as both them. Ainsley could testify to that. I just both from our side.
Yeah.
Because I find when I put in the work, give me my work also.
Yeah.
Right? So it have some who can't read and write. I will sit with them and I will go from baby, come right up.
Let's take some calls.
Yeah.
Let's take some calls for you all. Hello. Welcome to Independency. Thank you very much.
Yes, hello. Good morning.
Yes.
Every time they talk about prisons, I have to contribute or say something. My uncle Junior Holder was a prison officer and he died tragically. And I demand bring me up in sports. And I want to tell Ainsley, without press on, you're going good. And our next thing I want to say, prison is supposed to have every sport in this country, the best players in prison, because they have them. They may have nothing to do but to practice to play that sport. Somebody could tell me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. Yeah. I've always said that. Yes, but thank you very much for that. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. No, but I've always said that. If you notice something, there are people who leave school with nothing, not even school leaving. They just leave school.
Yeah.
And when they end up in prison, they end up with 10 and 15 subjects.
Correct.
What does that mean? That a different environment, we can actually shape people.
Yes.
Look at Ainsley as a perfect example.
Yes.
And I think we should still...
Not that we want people to go to prison.
But if we have a national youth program, or we have a program that focuses on sending people like Ainsley
and giving them that focus.
Yes, and you channel them properly, this is what you will get.
Correct.
I think that caller is perfectly correct, and I think this is something that we should look at. Hello, welcome to Independency. 622-3937. 62, you have a chance to get in. In the meantime, Leon Graves and Rosemary Bishop from Orient, Brooklyn, Helen, all of you on YouTube, thank you very much, all of you, for joining us this morning.
Yes.
And you have a chance to get some calls in. Carnage in the house this morning, 622-3937. And we want to thank the people of Carnage for the contribution you have made to football in Trinidad and Tobago.
Indeed.
It has been...
saying maybe it's the fish.
Huh?
It must be the fish.
Yeah, because what is it about Carnage, So, Mr. Barrow, before we leave, what would you like to say to the people listening to you this morning about restorative justice and believing in it?
Well, most I could say is see the works of it.
Right.
See the extent in which you have to put in the work and the expectation of what's supposed to come out from it.
Right.
Again, it's only if the person, the recipient, wants it and willing to work in the system, you could see the products of it like Ainsley here.
Yes.
Because I know that the stigma, we did mention it at the top, the stigma that the public has for persons who are incarcerated. And as God mentioned, again, the fact that most of the people who are incarcerated now will return to society. So how do we want them to return?
Yeah.
Do we want the same person that went in, or do we want someone who is rehabilitated and transformed? And how willing are we as members of the public to embrace them, accept them, and acknowledge that they have done their time for their crime?
622-3937. 622-3937. Give Ainsley a call. Give him some support here this morning. Before we wrap up, we have Ms. Bedo and Mr. Barrow in studio, and we as well would like to extend that congratulations once again to the prison service for doing the work that's not been seen. I continue to pray that the prison officers and the prison service will get all that they need to continue to serve this country, because I must reiterate, they are the unsung heroes of Trinidad, because what society don't want, they send into the prison.
Correct.
So the prison is like that drawer we have home, that drawer with all them sort of thing, you just open the drawer and dump it inside. Right. Prison service is like that. And we have to recognize that they carrying a lot of spirits with them, if I have to use that term. Every time they walk through those gates and they leave, they have to go back to their family. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Gart, Natasha.
Good morning.
Eyes on Dependency, a program that I strongly support and strongly recommend that we keep it on air. With that being said, Ainsley, I want to say this to you, that I know that whatever you have been through, what obstacles that you have been through, you choose to do the right thing. Because you could have continued going on a destructive path, so it really was a choice you made internally. And I want to say this to you, don't care what your future seems now. You can change your future by what you do right now. With that being said, continue the positive stream of thought, and I wish you all the best in the future. This is Stralden Lynn, and thank you very much.
So
Thank you.
thank you very much
Thanks for that.
yes,
Thanks for
thank
that.
you
Thanks
very
for
much.
that.
And to Friends of Our Independency as well, we thank you all very much too for helping to keep us going here. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning to each and everyone in there.
Morning.
I call especially this day to speak to Mr. Kingsley. Kingsley, this is Miss Maria. Remember me?
Miss Maria.
Miss Maria.
What he said?
From Carnage?
Right in your back by him. Miss Maria is she laughing, all right?
Yes.
Right, yes. I want to say hi to you, and you continue to do the best for Trinidad and Tobago. I'm very proud of you, listening to you here today, what I'm telling you about. And I know your mom is trying. Someday we going to interact again. You understand me?
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of you here. You're good in football. And listen to me now. You come from a sports family here.
Yes.
From his grandfather playing tennis, ask him, his brother, everything. I know him very good.
Right,
Understand me?
right,
So I
right.
want to thank you all for a very good program, okay?
Okay, thank you very much for calling.
Okay, bye-bye.
Here, that ground as you're driving, I think it's Hake Street. Is our ground? That ground still there?
Hake Street, yeah, on the right hand side of the junction.
It's still there, yeah. You must game like went down. Watch, boy.
No, but I from Landsmith.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello. Good morning.
Yes, it's me again. I want to tell you, you is out of the missing generation, as they'll say, with skills in Trinidad and Tobago. Make me proud of them. Make me proud.
Yeah, we'll get that.
I don't know, but make me proud.
All right.
Yes, for sure.
You will. Hello, welcome to Independency.
Hi, good morning, God.
You speak up, please. We can hardly hear you.
Yes, good morning, God and Natasha. Good morning. And I want to thank the prison officers for bringing Mr. Ainsley.
Yes.
Mr. Ainsley, I just want to tell you, sometimes the Lord is leading you in a certain path to keep you here with us. Because, as you say, a lot of your friends get killed. And probably if the Lord didn't lead you at that path, you might not have been here with us today.
Yeah.
Right? So I just want to tell you, keep on doing what you're doing and taking care of yourself.
I appreciate that.
Okay then, darling.
Thank you.
Thank you
And
very
according
much.
to Abidala Phillips on YouTube, the Prison Service Tier 1 team has qualified for the CONCACAF Club Shield tournament. Yes. So congrats to the team on that.
In preparation for that right now.
Right.
Hello, welcome to Independency.
Good morning. Well, I think it's after 12
Yes,
now, so it's not more.
Yes, we on Tamika time 2 minutes. So we just borrow 2 minutes from
All right.
Tamika.
What I want to say based on what I will be speaking about, you see, the authorities, if they put more, long time I remember it had boy industrial, it had a lot of homes that could put the youth and them when they drop short in their life. They could be in boxing, they could be in football, they could be in cricket, they could be in a lot of things. And you could see it by this program this morning, the amount of youths probably involved in things in YBC, which I would have known because I would have been probably manager of team leaving Trinidad with people from YDC on it. So I could tell you. So what I'm saying is that the government of the day need to bring back some of these places that keep youth with drop short in their life, and mothers and fathers and mothers who is single mothers who can't handle children, because some of the children now you cannot handle them. So you could put them in this home to get better guidance and better help. And I think some of these things that they shut down, these are the things that they need to bring back to help the youth of the day, because we can't just leave the youth and them going astray and say, hey, it's the parents. Some parents cannot control some of these youth and them out today. So I'm thinking that we need to pull back these areas that they can help these youths and them from being in a life of crime. We need to do this, and this is something I will recommend that the government think about, pulling back these homes and them with these youths and them will get help. All right?
Yes.
I want to thank you for this little because I know you're out of time.
Yes.
Thank you.
Right, so we take one more. Hello, morning. Afternoon, sorry.
Hello, good morning.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. I want to tell the young man there that he made me laugh, he made me cry. But one thing I want to say to him, the light of God is around you, the love of God enfold you, the presence of God watches over you wherever you are. And continue to follow that light and shine like a beacon for the youths of Trinidad and Tobago. Have a good day.
So on behalf of Michelle Oliveri, Caring Professionals, and of course Caribbean Tourist Village, Mr. Harvey Boyd, Friends of Our Independency, and listen to this message I just got. The next NGO is Friends of Our Independency, Friends of YTRC. We will assist in providing the necessary for proper rehabilitation and reintegration. We all moved a lot of people here this morning. Mr. Barrow, Ms. Bedo, closing remarks quickly before they kick us out of the studio.
I just want to say thank you to the nation for listening to Ainsley's story, and I hope the youths, both males and females, take a page out of his book. Listen to your parents, because I'm a parent as well. So listen to your parents. Inside the prison, behind those four walls, all your freedom is taken away. So please, listen to them.
Think about it, eh?
Yeah.
Think about it. As I said, young man, when police come and arrest you and put them handcuffed, it depends on what you not see in your living room again, you know?
No.
For a very long time. Keep that in mind. Mr. Barrow, closing remarks, please.
Well, Ainsley, the sky is the limit, right? We have another fight to go into. Prep time, get your mind in it, and then we push forward. And, hopefully more plaudits will be bestowed upon you. Right?
Appreciate that.
Keep doing it, son.
Closing remarks, 30 seconds.
Yes, yeah, take a minute seconds. To the youths of the nation again, take time to think. Because time waits on no man. And just believe in God, honestly speaking. Because without God, this ain't happening just so. Besides all the officers, the commissioner, everyone, the court, everybody is God. Jesus Christ. And I appreciate all the time listening to hear the reality. Because I am the truly and really transformation of rehabilitation, and to discriminate, because we all equal, as I said. If you cut me and I cut you, the same thing going on run. I all a brother, sister, and we try to make Trinidad and Tobago a better place. Because just so they save me, I could save one or two, and we could extend we help in hand to try to save a better going on the road, because saving one is a lot. And I also want to acknowledge some programs as well. Yesterday I was in a sports day, Man Up, Ministry of Culture and Community Development. Keep doing all your works. There's a lot of youths. The sports day was very interactive, a lot of unity. I enjoyed it. I didn't really get to play much sports, but I enjoyed it. But I eat, and as well, tomorrow we have a graduation. Congrats to the graduates, and I will be there as well, and enough respect. Keep doing all that stuff.
This is the Ministry of
Culture and Community Development, and also Hakon, Sir Harrington. Right. This program at YGRC. Keep doing your good stuff, and we will make all that proud. I will make all that proud. I promise you all that today.
So
may God bless all that. And also, I 95.5. I appreciate all that's happened here this morning. And moving on, better things will happen.
Yeah. Credits rolling now, so we have to go.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, folks. For those of you who joined us on YouTube and Facebook, Brian Patterson and the crew, Rosemary, all of you, thank you. Have a good week. Be careful out there, please. Talk to you all again next Sunday.
Good
God willing.
afternoon.
Oh. Late night dial turns, same two voices I return. Garth and Natasha on the line, 24 years